Hey guys, this is Coach Derek, co-host of the Soapboxing Podcast. Man, ever since I found this Anchor app, I tell you, podcasting has become a lot simpler and a lot easier to do. They distribute the podcast over several platforms, and you have to do no work. I tell you, man, if you're interested in doing podcasting, you need to download the Anchor app. That's ANCHOR.FM. You can get started today with the Anchor app and do whatever your heart desires. Hey guys, this is Coach Derek. I want to give a shout out to our new sponsor, Pueblo Boxing. Y'all be sure to check out Pueblo Boxing. They have unique and high quality boxing gear and novelty gifts. You can find the gear at soloboxing.com. That's SOLO boxing.com. Check it out, man. They do quality work.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Soapboxing Podcast, your main event of the evening.
What's going on, guys? Coach Derek here. I wanted to invite y'all to check out In the Ring with Christine, a podcast hosted by cut woman, media personality, and Olympic boxing coach Christine Lopez. In the Ring with Christine can be found on YouTube, Facebook, and Pottertron Network. It includes Women Crushing It Wednesdays, an all-women's panel discussing the previous week in boxing. Please like, subscribe, follow, and share. In the Ring with Christine. How's it going, guys? This is Coach Derek, and it's your boy Manny. You want to remind me? And I'm sure it gets some people all good.
Oh, look at this hardware, man. SDA-ABO. Got the Latin American camera.
They got some trainers say, and some fighters say, well, I don't watch videos of the guy fighting. I let the coach watch it. This, wait, man.
Guys, one thing we know for sure about Wilder, he hit you clean. Right. And this woman whooped the whole world twice. The whole world.
Alfonso Lopez, what's going on, brother?
Oh, man, it's all good. How are you?
Oh, man, I did a little podcast this morning. Mama said I'm spending too much time on the computer. What's going on, brother, man? We had a hell of a fight Saturday night. I was blessed enough to commentating for the first time. We didn't have no glitches. We sounded good. I tell you what, y'all, buddy Jimmy, man, he had the hell of a footage, and I of course that's his footage, but I was able to take our audio and put it on there and show him. Yeah. And he was like, man, that looks good, man. I showed you. I said, yeah, man, when you get the good footage, it makes it that much more valuable. So hopefully in the future we can do something. But bro, I was on pins and needles, man. Let's get into it, bro. Tell me whatever, man. Tell me everything. Let's get into it.
Shoot, man. Shoot. I mean, you know how it went. I mean, we tried to make this move, but I had a lot of things going on, just in life in general, from the promotions to the, from the last fight with Zerto and the whole year off. Yeah. 39. I figured it was time to move up. It was really getting hard to make 75. I honestly didn't think I'd make it versus Zerto. I mean, I struggled to the minute before we got on the scale. So, it was it starts to bear on you. Everybody's like, I don't know if you want to get into it, and probably not.
But yeah, it was a lot going on trying to make 75. So
yeah.
you know, it is what it is. You put up a gallon there for a hell of a fight. He won and moved on, and you had to make some decisions. So man, we didn't fool around, bro. We didn't stop at cruiser.
No, we sure didn't. You know, I think honestly, we know with the getting back into the gym consistently. I mean, being out of the we were in there, but it meant after the Zero fight, we probably took a good 6-7 months off just to let some injuries heal properly, and just let the body recover. And obviously, I had, we had, the wife had the baby in July, and so it was just we were running and gunning. It's no, and he's at home with me. We don't have, he don't babysit. He goes to the gyms. He has to go with me on the runs.
He was in a ring post-fight interview, man.
Yeah, he was. He was in there. So we got us to fight in. We just we were we took it kind of I don't know, we probably had about 7-8 weeks to get ready for the fight, and so we were a lot bigger than I really wanted to be, but I just had to rely on the experience. I had to rely on just staying relaxed and calm and get to the fight.
I think you heard. I mean, you was able to watch the commentary. I think you heard. My only apprehension was the size of the opponent more so than you. I was, and I had shout out to Darius Fulgham. We had him guest commentate. Man, he did a beautiful job. That kid got a good job. Yeah, that kid got a future after he becomes world champion. Man,
he did good, real good.
Yeah, but and I early on before the first bell, I said, man, I have every confidence in the world of Alfonso, boxing wise. I said, but man, this guy is a big boy, man. And it wasn't about the height, because y'all was near what, and he fought a little small, so that helped us. But man, he was a true heavyweight, bro. He was a real heavyweight, bro. And I was standing to him when I caught you walking into the venue. He had just walked by. And you know me, I'm sizing him up. I'm looking at him like, okay. And I said, oh, this is a real heavyweight. This is a real heavyweight. So I was worried about that, bro. And sure enough, first round at the bell, bro, you caught one high on the head, high on the head. Awkward shot.
It looked like it hit me kind of hit me more like top head, like right in the, just top back.
Bad spot.
I wouldn't say the back part, but it's on the top side of my ear. Good spot. And I think the awkwardness of his punches, I was trying to throw a right hand, and I was just gonna kind of try to dip out, in the round, try to get out the way, and man, he just threw it threw a punch from an angle that just hit me while I was going that way, off balance, and put me down.
I would say most of his punches was real awkward, like real. It wasn't fundamental boxing punches at all, bro. They was all awkward.
That's which I try to tell a lot of people, even like amateur fighting and anybody. But when you fight with someone who has that unawkwardness, even when you fight, even when these young pros fight, and they're in their 4th, 5th fight, and they get this opponent that's a body, right? But they come in with just this no real rhythm, no technique, just kind of just winging it and guessing, and man, it makes it hard on a really good fighter to even man, what are they even gonna do? Like, there's no reminds you of that what is it, Emmanuel Augustus? Was it
out of Baton Rouge. I think it was from up north, but
just but he was a really good fighter, but he used that unawkwardness to just keep everybody so confused. And that's what this guy. He wasn't that uncoordinated or unawkward, but it was awkward punches. You just didn't know where they were gonna come from, and
let alone finding a rhythm. You can't find a rhythm off that. You gotta, but you ate it, bro, and got up, and from my viewpoint, I was like, oh shit. From Jimmy and them's, where you actually got up and walked to that corner, I saw, he was hurt, but he got up and shook it off relatively fast. So I was glad to see that. But after that, I would say that's the one big scare. And then after that, we fully dominated the fight. We was breathing, bro. We was sucking air, bro. We was sucking air, man.
I think we have a lot of experience, right? We've been fighting for years, but I still was nervous going into the fight. I think it was the time out of the ring. You know,
Right.
maybe I had, you know, from the injuries I was healing from the Zerto fight. I didn't get to probably spar as much as I really wanted to. You know,
Right.
as many rounds as I needed to get in to trying to get that cobweb shaken loose. You know, I got great rounds with Darius and Joe George, and I, you know,
JoJo is a big, strong kid too, man.
Power City guys came out and helped me out. They were strong, just cruising light heavyweights, you know, but they were a little bigger. And so I was still maintaining, I was getting a lot of speed from these younger fighters that are there, you know, that hit just as hard as heavyweights. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Darius is a very great fighter, George. And so I got to push myself, you know, I even got some sparring in with, you know, Handyman.
Okay.
Before he went on his fight, you know, I got some rounds in with him. That was the bigger heavyweight that I got to actually use a real body. And even at that, a couple of times when they sling you and hit you, you know, you go like, okay, that's a big difference in just like, I guess, weight. You know what I mean? You're like, boom, you know, where the faster guys hit you, its speed is pow, like, damn, okay. You know, big guys hit you, it's like boom, boom, like, oh,
thudding, right.
punches. You know,
It's the reason, you know? It's the reason for the weight class, bro.
Mm-hmm. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. You got to you have to, you know, you got to adjust to it. You know, we got to kind of get used to it. You know, we got to kind of build the body where we're gonna be able to handle that. You know, I think right now we're a bit too big, you know, and just the extra weight that we don't need. So I think you and I talked about it off air. You know, it's getting down to about 208.
If it doesn't add, especially at this bigger weight class, if it doesn't add, we don't need it because it's gonna hinder it. It's gonna hinder the performance rather than help.
At the end of the day, you know, at 208 to, you know, around that area, we're still going to be just as strong. We're you know, our power, I think our power will stay roughly the same. You know, I don't think we'll lose very much going down.
The fluidity will be way better, way better,
easier. You know, just getting around the ring, controlling the heart rate. You know, being able to move a little faster. Those things, and we've been talking about it since after the fight. I mean, I knew going into the fight, I was like, man, this is the biggest I've ever been in any fight, period.
Yeah.
And then everybody was like, yeah, you are big. You know, I was like, I know, I didn't see myself being this big, but damn, I'm big.
Well, when you're trying to you perform, then you say, oh, wait a minute, I'm dragging some extra ass around, bro.
Yeah.
And then now fighting that and that guy. And even with that, bro, I still felt I never was, you know, the scare in the first round. After that, I said it on Mike, you know, Alfonso's abilities gonna carry us through. And there was a point where I was basically saying, okay, we're gonna stop this guy. Yeah. Rather it was the cut or not. I say we're gonna stop this guy as long as we calm and breathing and shit. Yeah. But man, it had me on pins and needles, maybe because, you know, we're friends, and I'm like, man, this is 40 pounds, bro. This ain't oh, he missed weight by 2 pounds. No. This is 40 pounds, bro. And I really thought it was ability, bro. It was the boxing generalship that was the huge difference in this fight, man. I mean, I was watching you, and I think we said this after too. You had to bring some shit out, bro. And I know the average watcher didn't know, and I was trying to educate them best I could on the mic. Yeah. But it was the things away from the fight. Yeah. The actual punching. I was like, yeah, we in control. When you're able to do it, we're in control. Now, had you been, you know, whether or not you was breathing hard and dealing with that pressure, that's something different. But we was able to control this dude with little things. And I say, okay, we can live at Bridgerweight. Yeah, we just don't need to be 220 pounds because then you'll be more energetic and bite down on some of those spots you couldn't. You didn't bite down, and I seen it on purpose. You were like, all right, let me make sure I'm good before I go in here. Yeah. But all in all, what you say, grade your performance, but outside of that, what did you learn about fighting these big boys?
Yeah, you know, obviously you got to, you know, you have to respect every single punch. Yeah, obviously, you know, there's the one thing, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, just being bigger bodies, you know, I mean, you're gonna have to be aware of getting, you know, not wanting to take a punch in really any area, you know, from the shoulder, whether it's in the chin or not. I mean, it's just taking a body shot, hitting on the arm shot. They're heavier, they're a little more thuddy, and it isn't that snap. You get to see it, so you can kind of brace the, you know, the knockdown. I didn't see just because I was throwing a punch to kind of bail out and just kind of had my head down, and he caught me, so I didn't even see that one. But
Right, at all. Right.
Yeah,
just
kind of ducking and gonna try to roll off balance, and he got me. But you know, I mean, I think it's. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, what I learned, I guess, is, I mean, you know, boxing is boxing. I mean, if you got to be able to control, you got to, you know, you got to take away what they do well, you know, as we do in the lighter weight classes. You know, I mean, if you know, you got to take those things away from them. You know, you got to be, you know, you're gonna have to avoid some shots. Yes, they are bigger punchers. They get to gamble more than I get per se. I do. You know, we got to be solid defense. We got to make sure our distance and range are all in. You know, our hands, when we're in range, our hands got to be in a good spot. You know, when we're out, when our distance is great and we're a little too far, we can relax and we can walk off.
Right.
And we can use some. They don't want to move a lot. You know, a lot of these big dudes, they want to plot those feet and they want to use, you know, what they got that one.
The size, right.
That size, that, you know, that's what they want to use. And so we got to be able to maintain, like you said, be a little more fluid with our feet and be able to turn and being able just to kind of manipulate space and distance and time off of rhythm and faking but in order to kind of maintain that level of boxing, we got to be, you know, the conditioning has got to be there because these are big boys, you know, and, you know, we got to be able to be, you know, got to be strong enough because, you know, when we get in there and there's that clenching and everybody sees it as holding, but it's a big boy pushing one way and another and manipulating hands. And
that's not understanding.
Yeah, no.
That's all. Yeah.
When they're just kind of grabbing each other, I was like, well, if somebody's trying to use strength in there, someone's trying to do little.
You got to counter that, right?
You know, we're trying to manipulate where they're holding their hands, see if we can wear down them hands, sneak in a body shot. You know, sometimes maybe sneak in a head, but I don't know. I'm not gonna say that happens, but you know, someone's in there, they're digging. You know,
hey, it's a fight.
It's a fight.
This is, you know, and I want to credit your opponent. This is. You're at a level, bro. There's no such thing as a bum. You don't get no more cans, bro.
No.
Everybody you fight is gonna be able to fight, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that kid's record was I looked it up, but he could fight. He'd been on the stage before. Yeah. And even as you could say, testing the water, you was sticking your toes in the water, but it's really not. You didn't get a freebie. You had to fight a big ass guy, bro. So and here's my point. From here on, it's only up, bro. You're gonna be fighting other dudes that can fight. So and that's why I think it's imperative and important to understand, to take away from that fight just what you explained. Because from here on out, bro, these dudes, listen, man, you're educated enough. Yeah. And I was telling Darius, you know, when this guy's pushing and shoving, Fonzo knows to grab, just hold on just enough to give a little resistance so he don't shove him around. And then when that muscle lets it loose, all right, now I'm gonna shove his ass. Now it's my turn. And at 100, at two, like we said, 208, 212 at the moment, you still have that, but you also have that ability when that big boy comes in, like you showed in the corner, when you was able to pop him up and spin out and push him in the corner. You'll be able to do that at 208 still with these 225 pound guys. You'll be able to do that, man. So I think it's imperative that we found that right weight spot in there, man. Because
absolutely.
It's gonna be some great fights, bro. It's gonna be some great fights, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That, you know what I mean? Because, you know, that's my style. You know, it's getting away and being able to move and make those turns. And there were a spot, you hit it on the head earlier, where you said, you know, there were some spots where we could have turned it up, but we didn't really have that. We made a good turn and we could have put a little more pressure. We could have put some more punches together, but we didn't have that full conditioning or just.
No, I recognize the bro.
I was like, well, I'm gonna go here. As well as one shot that really you know, when you say that. When I hit him with like a little New York kind of come up the middle right through the gut, and it kind of hunched him over, and I was like, oh, I got him. And like, I knew he was hurting. He was sneaky. He didn't show it too much, but the way his body language when he was like, okay, got him.
Oh, it changed instantly.
Yeah, and so then I couldn't, but I wanted to try to if I could have turned it up, you know, but I didn't want. Then I was like, okay, I tried a little bit in spots, and then I had to turn and go, hey man, I better shut this off. If he survives it, I'm gonna dump the tank. You know, I don't want to be hurting here.
Too big boy to do that. That's the decisions you're gonna have to make at this weight class. You're gonna have to say, okay, once you just having to think about that, it lets you know, nah. Yeah. Because if you didn't have to think about it, you would just go. I mean, you're that kind of fighter, bro. You know, all right, bitch, it's over with. I'm coming in. So that's the big thing I learned from it.
Yeah.
It was, I didn't walk away from the fight saying, man, we ain't got no business fight. No, I think we at the age and the maturity of physically as well as mentally to do this, you know, and it's a cap. It's a cap, bro. They can't be bigger than this. So it's a cap.
Yeah.
So guess what, bro? You know what to do. You know what to do to get in there with these guys and spin them, turn them, survive, fight when you want to fight. Most importantly, let them fight when you want them to fight.
Yeah, that's right.
You
and
see,
all those things are going to play key importance. You know what I mean? We're going to fight when I want to fight. When he wants to fight, we're not fighting. You know, and that's with any, not just our last opponent, but that's going to be with all these types, these bigger boys. You know what I mean? It's got to be on our terms. You know what I mean? We're going to manipulate when we fight, when we don't fight, and and
let me ask you this:
rest when we need to rest.
Let me ask you this. Tired of bend that fucking arm backwards when you need to. Let me ask you this, bro. How does Bridgerweight thing? How did it come? How did the Bridgerweight deal come up? And then is there enough guys gonna fight at this class, or is I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it popped up pretty quick. WBC kind of created. They kind of got it rolling. They're really the only division right now. But I mean, they got their top 10 rankings out there. I know. They came out maybe last month or 2 months ago. Maybe we're kind of like, when going into the Zerto fight, we were towards the tail end of making weight. I was still 205. And so we were just kind of sitting there going like this, I can't, we can make cruiserweight, we can stay right there. But, with this, then that new division came out, it's a new division. It's roughly fresh. They're looking for some faces. It was like, man, let's try to get in on that division. Let's give it a shot, And
if you're sitting at 205 anyway, well, hell, and you ain't conditioned, you're trying to drain after that.
Yeah. And then with the Zerto fight, I got down to 205, but I had to stay out of the weight room. I couldn't because I was already too big going into the fight. So, but anyway, I just it's a good division. I feel it's me. Henry, the old man Henry Harris. He's always he gives me a hard time about pulling weight ever since I've been pulling weight to make fights. He's like, it's just not good for you. You need to just fight where be in shape, and that's where you should fight at. And he'll throw all the old schools at me. How big you think Rocky Marciano was? And I'm like,
right.
I know he's about 185 pounds. He's like, yeah. You think he was pulling weight? So he'll run me a whole history lesson, on everybody that
he was knocking 210 down guys through the ropes.
Yeah. Floyd Patterson, not a big guy. All these the fighters, they were technically sound. They did the little things correctly, and so. I know it's different times, and a lot of us, these us fighters nowadays, we, everybody wants to pull weight to try to be the bigger guy in the ring. But at the end of the day, I think it's with the age, I think we're getting at, and just the physical. I've always been I've always been big. I mean, I played football. I was about 215. Right. So I worked my way down through the amateur boxing, and professionally, I just worked my body down, which you see a lot of fighters do. I mean, there's Sean Porter, man. I was in the amateur with him. He was fighting at 165.
Yeah, he fought
147.
He dropped Daniel Jacobs in an amateur fight. They was fighting each other at 165. I think the old man, and of course the old man knows what he's talking about, but the old man he's telling you at your age, look, bro, fight where you're supposed to be. So if it's 205, then fight 205. And that's the division you at. You at Bridges, cool. You know the boys ain't gonna be bigger than 224. And guess what? Give them that 20 pounds so you keep your evasiveness and keep your fluidity, man. I think, hey, and you still ain't plugged me up with him yet, but I ain't been able to come out there either.
Oh, we got to get him out there.
But I tell you,
get him on the show. Now that we got him, it would be easier remotely for him because
that's gonna be awesome.
He's got them knee surgeries, boy. I was surprised he did very well at the fights though. He got up them stairs and he got back down them.
I gotta ask you, bro. Something I never seen before. And man, shout out to your dude, brother Jimmy dude, because he sent me the footage, man. And so he got all the good shit that you need, right? And man, the old man was doing something to a liar, bro. What was that, man? Like he was
balancing her energy field. So our bodies, he's balancing her energy field. We're all, our bodies are they're in a current, right? Through our bodies, we run a current through our bodies naturally. And so he was he figures out pressure points in different areas of the body, and he finds weaknesses. So if your pulses, if it isn't, your heart ain't pulsing quite right, he feels off center, and he'll rip your shoe off, and he'll hold certain pressure points or acupuncture areas in your body. He'll move over, and then he'll test you, and your body should like be strong, or if it's weak, you got a weakness. I mean, he did it to me.
I seen him. I seen
dressed with gloves on.
I seen him like pushing down on her arms or something.
Yeah. Get in. He'll see if it locks up. If it gives in, and that's funny. He'll like, it's weird. He'll hold here and he'll hit there, and it's just, and then he'll move his hands all over your body, your head, and then you lock up, and then you feel solid. He's like, okay, now we're good. And he's done it to me my whole career, but it's an energy balance, and he's really good at it.
Do he teach that?
Man, I don't know. I've been doing it for years. I've never learned it. I can understand the little moving like energy just with his hands through the body. It's just kind of like you get somebody to relax. But other than, he has a chart. So yes, you can learn it because he has a big chart in the house where he'll go pull it out and he'll be like, okay, we need to do this.
That's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
Oh, bro.
It's a real thing. Yeah.
Okay, I pride myself on picking up anything I don't know about. So we gotta make this. If it's that important, bro, he does it, bro. I gotta learn this, man.
Yeah,
I gotta figure this out, bro. And I ain't never said I was confused. I was like, what is he doing? I don't know what that. I didn't know what was going on.
It's funny, it's not funny, but he's actually, he's gone into, like, he's had family members in the hospital. It's not just a boxing thing or a fighting thing. It's just it's a healthy thing, and he'd go in and they're having a hard time, or their heart is just weak, and he'll go in and he'll go right in the hospital, and he'll go and get him right back to clicking.
You know what I was thinking? Like, as a believing man, right? I'm God-fearing man. I said, maybe he's praying or something. I don't know what's going on, man. I was looking at that. It was peculiar, bro. I didn't know what was going on. Man, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, no.
That's another thing.
It works every time. He do it to you. He do it to anybody. You guys, let me check something, and it just, you'll be like, nah, and then he'll run the magic. He'll run the pressure points, and he'll hold some areas, and then you're.
Man, I got holes all over, man. He had to work for hours, bro.
You're like, whoo, you get the tape on you.
That's wild, man. Hey, and speaking of Aliyah, bro, she's that's your fighter, right?
Yeah, man. She come to me, several months back, maybe 4 months ago. Jimmy, Jimmy's managing her, and she was over there, and she was. Yeah, they were. She was highly ranked in the amateurs. She was doing a good job, but she took her last national championship. She kind of went with a little rib injury, and they kind of forced her. She kind of just wanted to fight. She's tough as nails. They came in, and it just was like, yeah, man, let me bring her to the gym. We opened this. He come in, and we started putting in work, and she was just picking up like this. She went from that. She was into the kind of like the old amateur style where they were just kind of like touching each other, and I was like,
scoring points.
I don't move my mitts. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be like pow. So I'm like,
bro, you and me the only person that don't. That's it. Everybody else. That's why people don't know their range, bro. They don't know their range, bro.
So she's like, and I was like, well, no, like you got to hit my mitt. Like I'm not gonna.
This is what you're trying to hit.
Resistance, but you better get over here and get me something. Like I need you hitting through me, not touching me.
Right.
And once she started to understand how to use her hips and snap those hips through and whip those punches through and stay relaxed, and she carried a lot of tension up here early. Trying to get her to calm those shoulders down. In spots we got to get tight, but she's got a ton of experience, and her reactions are good, and she's young. So it's like, man, we kind of clicked, and we were just working, and I was just giving her what I could give her, not trying to change her, not to make she is who she is, just teaching her little things about the game and how to understand what's happening in the inside. And
as a pro, she's gonna need it, bro. As a pro, she's gonna need it.
I was just giving her what. There's a lot of coaches out there, but I can give it to her a little bit different, as a fighter, who's still fighting, and so I give it to her, and she was just sponging it in, just taking it in.
I like her, bro.
Better,
I like her, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that's the first time I watched her, bro. I liked her, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. And the gal she fought, her record is what it is, but she's a tough gal. I done seen her in there with Paisley. I seen her in there I knew she was gonna give some resistance. And Aliyah, bro, she shined like new money, bro. She looked like she done it before. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I was
She
very
stayed in the
impressed,
dressing room
bro.
with me. She kind of was just looking at me. How relaxed I was, just trying to keep her. We're just talking. We're just kind of sitting back there in the back, and and then just kind of running. And she was real relaxed. I mean, she almost laid down on the couch for a little while and got a blanket. And I was like, man, you're the fourth or fifth fight, so
Get up, move
might
around a
come
little
in here and
bit.
wrap them hands.
I know you
she's
was
like,
proud, bro, because she did a hell of a job,
yeah,
bro.
I watched
She
her from the door. I really would have joy. I mean, I thought it would have been a little bit too much for me to go get in that corner. You know what I mean?
Oh
I
yeah,
looked
we got too much
I'd have been like,
going
no, I had
on.
my own mindset. She understood it. I was like, listen, I've been watching from over there. You know what to do. I talked to her in the back. You know what I mean? You know what to do.
Right quick. Man, isn't that stupid how they hit the fucking gloves, bro? I don't understand that shit. Worse than that, bro. This new paddle shit. It's even worse. They reach it out even further, bro, to hit people.
Yeah.
And I'm going, that's gotta be because I don't know about you, bro, but my elbows are shot, bro. Especially if I got in a camp. Because I'm taking the shots.
Taking it out.
But my fighter needs to know where to punch. And when I seen the invention of that, I was like, the only shit that makes sense is because the coach's elbows are shot and he's trying not to. Yeah. I say, but you're at the detriment of your fighter's range, bro. Yeah. You meeting him halfway. That's why. So, and it's going to do this. It's going to make him overstep. It's going to make him overstep to land his punches. Make him, accessible to shots.
Accessible to be hit. Yeah.
But that's just a little.
I mean, I think I think then it's the same way they made those paddles and actually for guys that have just been doing it, or maybe if you got a full-time gym and if you're not in there with your true pro fighter, you just got
like box fit,
just coming, you got someone just coming in, okay, bust out the paddles, take a little pressure off the elbows, they're not, they're just coming in for fun. I think that's what those things were created for, and but man, to use on a fighter who's on a real fighter,
competitive fighter, bro.
Yeah, how to punch. I don't like it. Henry, just like you. He's he doesn't stand here like this, and he don't even do this. Like I got to give a little.
It doesn't make sense, bro. It does because it doesn't make sense.
And they catch you good. It's like, man, got my elbow right there. But,
yeah. And I do it all the time, bro. Especially when I go from, like a catch a hook and I catch that elbow bad, But I'm not, bro, I go home, I ice it and all that shit because, man, I'm not at the detriment of my fighter, man. I'm not going to meet you halfway to
you halfway.
This is taking a place of my head, bro. Yeah, you got to punch this thing, man.
You got to get over here. Just stay right
bro.
Here, just pop.
And I thought I was the only one seeing it, bro, because I was constantly say that and people was like, but then I find out, you a paddle guy. You like the paddles. All right, well, shit. You'll learn sooner or later when your guy get tired of your guy getting knocked out. But yeah, man, that's just I just picked that up. But a lot, man, it was a hell of a show, bro. I liked it, bro. I thought everybody did good. You're a little rough on yourself as far as grading, but you should be because as a trainer, I said this before, as a trainer, I'm very conservative, bro. If a round's close, we lost that round. You got to go get that next one, bro, because I'm trying to win this fight. And then when I sit back and watch it with the tension off, I might say, okay, we did a lot better than I thought. But in the moment, close round is his. Yeah. You lost that round. You know what I'm saying? Let's go get it. But all in all, I say, hey, man, even that first round, we dominated the first round boxing wise.
When I got up, I was just mad. I lost the damn round because I got knocked down. I was like, man, that sucked. I walked over to that little corner. That's all I was thinking. I was like, man, just blew.
That cut though, bro. You man, as soon as that cut open, bro, we started talking. I said, yeah, man, this fight, there ain't no way in the hell we going to 10 rounds with this fight.
No, not with that cut, man. Once I got him and I kept hitting him with the jab and that right hand just stacking it on that eyebrow. He could have made all the kinds of faces and he was tough and he was strong that he wanted to, but that skin was not going to hold up.
Nah, we're gonna open that thing.
Mm-hmm.
What's I know you're busy today, bro. You got to think with mama, but what's the plan, bro? When we trying to do something, what you think?
For me, we're gonna get right back to it because obviously we want to be in better shape. So we took the week off. Let the hands kind of. My hands are almost swelling, almost down in the right hand, but we're gonna get right back into the gym on Monday, and we want to try to fight pretty, by early in the beginning of the year. We kind of threw out some social media posts on, trying to call out Rivas, who's the world champion.
I shared it. Yeah, I shared it.
We try to just trying to create something out there. We're trying to talk. We'll see where they sit us in the rankings, in these next coming months. But we gotta stay busy. We can't. I can't have years off of fighting.
No. At this point, that's
we had 2020 was already rough. We had almost a whole year out. And then we got the opportunity to fight Zerto.
Right.
But you were out of the ring almost a year, and then now that after that fight, it's another year out. It just doesn't work out that way. I mean, I always
career killer at this age.
It's just there's no way. It's not an age thing. It's not that you're getting old. It's just it's inactivity. I thought Floyd Mayweather had his best years when he stayed consistent on that show. When he went fight. I was like, damn, he was just getting better.
Well, that's what I mean by this age. I mean, you can't be out. You can't consistently be out the ring. You need to be active. It probably goes against conventional wisdom, but who the fuck knows boxing? Yeah. You got to stay active at this age because the time off is going to kill you. Yeah. It's not about the ability. If you're able to fight, you showed Saturday. You could fight uphill, and dominate the fight. So. I don't want to see you taking a year off.
No, we can't. We're gonna try to get back into it. Even at that, I got to get back into it and just keep sparring. We don't at this age, at this at this level of experience, we don't got to be sparring tons and tons of rounds a week. But we need to be. We got to be in there working 6 rounds a couple times. You know what I mean?
I tell you, bro. I'd put that full face on you. I don't know if stain cell's a good one where you can see. But I would put that full face in the rounds we would do. It'd be with big, strong kids to get the wrestling aspect, the wrestling aspect down, the pushing and shoving, the letting them roll, lock that arm, man, pull that head down and just, more so than just beating, more so than just wars, because, that shit don't make no sense, bro. If you get at this experience level, if you get you good 3-4 rounds of boxing on your boxing days, plenty, bro. If you're sharp and you're pushing out, then you can push yourself. Okay, I'm working today. We're gonna fight today. Still with that full face, bro. I would do that and then do a bunch of that. As long as the guy understands what we're doing, we gonna keep each other honest. But we gotta do a lot of this away from the fight shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would do. That would be my plan.
Absolutely. No, that's exactly how we've been thinking about it. It's like, listen, we'll get back in here, get us on some mitt work, get back into routine, get to sparring again. And then find us some big boys to kind of bump, even if, and then just some of these young guns, they're just going to push the tempo. You know what I mean? I love to spar the younger, faster fighters just because they set a pace you can't keep up with. You know what I mean? It's like, woo, and you have to have fun with that. So we gotta get back in there and do those things.
Even if you get your coach, because your coach, I seen him, he's a big boy. Yeah. And even if you put the mitts like I use, the glove mitts, and y'all just in the ring pushing and shoving, he could keep you honest, put the headgear on, keep you honest, but that pushing and rolling and shit, he could give you enough resistance to push you around the ring. It's going to be very important, bro. I think going forward.
I totally agree. Agree on that.
Tigre, man, y'all got Tigre Promotions, bro. We got some dates for next year, right? How many dates we got?
We have several. We booked in several. I know the first one's in April. It's going to be in Conroe. So we're going back to Conroe. I want to say, that's April. No, I know we have a couple. I know we have a summer. I think I want to say it's June or July. I don't remember what date exactly. We have an October date, and
so we got a full year.
We know we got 3 for sure. We're going to try to keep everybody moving. There's a lot of talent. There's a lot of fighters that need fights.
Man.
And I know we thought it worked out very well with the partnership with Next Fight Up.
So that was smooth, bro. That was smooth. Everybody act like they did it before. Yeah, man.
And
shout out to Joe, man. The Dutchman, he came on. He said, "This talking about you." He said, "This is the this decade's Chris Bird." Talking about you, man, going up big. ABO. I imagine this may be wine. Shout out El Tigre. My little brother, my real brother, Matt. He just checked in. What's up, peeps? You know him. You know him.
Message after the fight, and I haven't seen him in a while, but yeah.
Me neither. He been working. Been busy.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I tell you, bro, I think we got success at this Bridgerweight. Long as we do the work, and I know you'll do the work. I have every confidence in the world. I thought we dominated the fight, and now you see, okay, the adjustments we need to make at 200 pounds. Yeah, bro. All in all, good show, man. Good performance. Your fighter.
A big shout out to you guys. I always thank you. Always, you're always been solid with me. You know what I mean? I know we talk a lot, before, on the side, and I appreciate it and the advice. You know what I mean? It's always good to talk, just boxing and you get different perspectives. You know what I mean? Like you never know everything about boxing. You're always learning, and you got to take you got to be able to, put your pride aside and listen and work on new things and develop new things. And
the minute you think you know it all, bro, you get exposed. Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a fan, bro. I'm a fan, bro. And I'm gonna
thank you, man. No, absolutely. Thank you again. I appreciate everything, and I'm gonna get the old man on here. We'll get him on. You'll love him.
Listen. You tell me when the old man can do it. Probably pick a weekend. Tell me what time he can do it, and we'll say, "Hey, mama."
Hey, honey, how are you?
All right. There he is.
He is mad. I could hear him mad. He was mad over there.
Well, there you go. Look at him. You give me a date and time, Roy can get, man. I'll do it at his leisure, whatever on the weekend, whatever hour he can give, bro. And we'll jump on there. Me, you, and him, bro. We'll jump on here.
I'll call him here shortly when we get off the phone and make sure we can work it out. For sure. I'll get see what he's got going on and we'll make it work.
All right, brother. Enjoy yourself, man.
Hey, man, thank you again. Always, I appreciate it very much. Thank you everybody who showed up to those fights. Next fight up did a great job. All the fighters did an amazing job.
Yes.
You can't take away. It was a great fight. The commentating was great. I loved watching it. I always hate having to go back and watch my fights, but it was good. But you have to, because you got to criticize yourself, and I'm hard on myself.
Constructive criticism, bro. Constructive criticism that makes you better.
Make adjustments. We got to get back to it. We carried a lot of things out, into the ring. But I mean, it worked out, so we're good, and I appreciate it.
All right, appreciate you, bro. We out.
Thank you. We'll talk soon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
What's up, guys? Coach here. I want to encourage you to visit itrboxing.com for all the latest in boxing news, results, and interviews. My partner Lukey is a boxing insider who has access to camps, fighters, and coaches. He promotes the sport on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Search ITR Boxing everywhere and get inside the ropes with my main man Lukey. Coach Derek here. I wanted to invite you guys to follow our new sponsor, Fighters Rep. It's a California-based premier kickboxing promotion that features some of the best pure strikers on the planet. Fighters Rep utilizes the IKF's unified kickboxing rules, prohibiting two-handed clinches, ensuring that participants stand and fight. Please follow Fighters Rep on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, and be sure to check out fightersrep.com to keep up with their scheduled events, merch, and viewing options.